Hey there guys, we're going to be going back to the final boss, and this time we're going to be using a dark party. Now, as we get further and further away from the meta, I've got to start bending the rules a little bit. So for this one, we're going to take Beryl to help out. Now, he's not technically a dark unit, but I'm trying to avoid using something like, Celeste or Hyo or some other really big heavy hitter on the party. And we're probably not going to get to an Earth team because Earth, I don't think, really has the juice to get a perfect score. So we're going to take Beryl to help out the rest of the Dark units. But once again, we're not using any Neo Pluses. So let's get in here and get a clear. So we're going to, we're going to hope for the best as we go through and get this, because as I said, it's getting pretty hard as we get further from the meta. I don't have Emeralda or Faye. So on turn 1, Beryl will use Tyvus' Spirit. Deoxys will just guard on turn 1. Zahn will fill his LB gauge with his bolting and absolute skills. Ibarra will do Bar Darkja for the mitigation, and then a malicious flash. Nelica will sing I Wanted to Go With You for the LB buff, and Roka, on this turn, will Divine Castle's Protection so that we get some light resist. Some attacks on the party. We're using pretty decent mitigation. We still take a lot of damage, but, we should hopefully be okay on damage taken. So on this turn, we're going to go ahead and use Beryl's LB for the modifier buff, because we're going to need him to do other things on a different turn. Now, that's going to wear off before the kill turn, so Roka will Gilded Bracer on Beryl to extend that modifier until the kill turn. It'll also extend that Tyvus' Spirit. Ibarra can go ahead and Bar Darkja yet again, and then Mirage the party. So Bar Darkja, Mirage, and we can go ahead and do a In Darkja as well. Deoxys can go ahead and shift here and start stacking his shifted LB. And then Zahn will do, let's see here, the Dark Imperil Field, the Self-Imbue, and the Machine Killer. Okay, so some more attacks on the party. Now, we didn't do Light Resist yet, so it's going to be a little bit more irritating. Oh, the boss doesn't do AoE Light that turn. Convenient. Okay. So Roka on this turn can put up that Light Resist yet again. We need to use Ibarra's base form LB for the Katana in Peril. Deoxys' shifted LB for the stacking it up. Zahn, using a Vision card, is going to give a Dark Amplify to Beryl, because he's not really a dark unit. Now, we need to break the boss, so Beryl on this turn will shift here. We'll do Ye Guilty just to fill his LB gauge. We'll do Sacrilegious Present to break the boss. And then, doesn't really matter what else. Do these actually do anything special? I don't think they do. I'm going to look real quick. Nah, they don't. So whatever. Okay, there we go. So we're going to take some damage yet again. It shouldn't be too terrible, I hope. Let's find out. Yeah, we didn't do Mirage that turn, but it was fine, as you can see. Okay, so Beryl back to the base form, where he's now going to do Seraphic Present on Zahn. That's going to be for the big buff. We'll do Earth Eclipse, which is just, a defense and spirit buff for the party. And then, once again, doesn't really matter. Ibarra can do Mirage for the party. We'll do Anun and Sukiyo. Nelica can do Amplify, Modifier Buff, and Mitigation. Roka can put up her field for the LB damage field. We can Amplify and Focus. Deoxys can Dark Amplify. And then Zahn will go ahead and do the big breaks on the boss, modifier buff, and we will spread everything. Okay, so we're going to hope that we deal the damage cap. It's like I said, we're getting kind of far away from the meta, so I'm hoping for the best here. So we're going to Shifted LB Beryl. We're going to shifted LB Deoxys. We're going to LB Zon, only EX0, therefore don't have the SLB. Shifted LB Roka. SLB her, and shifted LB Ibarra. So we're going to send the back row first, with Zon clicked first. Then we're going to send the front row. So that, wait, send the front row. And we're going to hope for 24.5 or better. Let's see what we did. We should be okay. I'm expecting somewhere around like 26, but of course it depends. Let's find out. And hopefully we didn't take too much damage. 26.4, so damage cap handled. I'm a little concerned about incoming damage, but I think because I gave Deoxys Ellispiris' card, we should be okay. Fingers crossed here. Let's see how we did. There it is. That is a perfect score with a Dark Party plus Beryl. So damage breakdown looks like Ibarra did 5, Nelica did basically 5, Roka did 6.3. That's a low roll for Roka. She usually does around 7-ish, but okay. EX1 or EX0 Zon did 1.6. Our Dark unit Beryl did 4.8, and then Deoxys did 4. Deoxys, unfortunately, was carrying a little bit of the support gear, so his damage was nerfed slightly, but it had to be done. Okay, so let's go ahead and show the gear. As far as Espers go, we gave Carbuncle to Zon, just so that he takes no light damage on the turns we don't have time to buff. Other than that, Espers don't really matter. Oh, someone needs to have Alexander for the light resist buff. As far as gear goes, base form Ibarra, light resist. And the whole party's using status immunity because we couldn't fit status immunity on our team. So there we go. There's just the stuff. Oh, and also she's passive provoking because we don't use a light resist buff on turn 2, and there's a single target attack, so she's wearing 100 immunity. And then in the shift form, damage. There we go. Nice damage. Nelica is using Zidane's STMR, preemptive LB in the shift form, dual wielding fist. We've got 30 or better light resist, status immunity, and then we're using a vision card for her. Roka in the base form using the Gilded Bracer so that Beryl can be flexible on his rotation because we need someone to break on turn 3. Other than that, status immunity, kind of whatever. And then shift form is damage. She is the highest damage dealer in the party, so therefore she got the majority of the clash gear. Maxed out on all the killers too. Phantom Thief Zon is using 100 light resist because, like I said, we don't have quite the turns to buff him at all times. There we go, full killers. And we gave him this for the targetable 100 Dark Amp, but we gave it to Beryl, not himself. He used his own 60%. And then Beryl, in the base form, is using Tyvis' Spirit, which we extend with the Bracer. And then in shift form, Dagger, of course, right there. A little bit of light resist, because we do shift on turn 3 and need some light resist for that. We're getting it from the Departed Paladin's Necklace. And then Deoxys, in the base form, is using, kind of whatever, bulk. And we're using the Blood is Thicker Than Water card for the automatic machine mitigation to take less damage. Shift form is using a dagger, double-handed dagger, to take advantage of the weapon in peril. So there we go. There is a perfect score with the Dark Element plus Beryl tagging along. Okay, as far as Wind and Earth, I do not think that is realistically possible for my personal party. As far as Ice and Lightning, that's possible. We might be able to do an Ice and a Lightning clear, but I don't think Earth and Wind are going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. But Lightning and Ice, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, see you in the future.